Hi, so this is a quick video just showing you how I'm modifying the DEX from Samsung so it'll work with any of the phone cases for the S8, the S8 Plus and the Note 8. If like me you got it with the Note 8 and you're using a non-standard case, then a non-Samsung case, you'll know that it doesn't actually fit inside the DEX unit. It's mainly because of this USB Type-C port on the bottom here. The black area going around the edge is too bulky for it. So Samsung's, on the bottom of their cases, they've actually removed all the bottom part of the case, so there's no cutout at all. And then this is the S8 case, and you can see, yeah, it's got just little cutouts for the charger port there, which when you first get the DEX unit and you try to connect it, basically the edge of this case here is touching and stopping it from being able to be pushed all the way down on the USB connection. So I had two options with this. You can either cut this out yourself, cut off the bottom half of your case, so it's like the Samsung case, which I didn't want to do because then it leaves it a bit unprotected. Or you can do what I've done with the DEX unit, which is I've used a multi-tool. I can use whatever you fancy using. You can sand it down with a sanding block or something like that. And I've chiseled away just enough to be able to fit the case over without it making contact with the black outer edging of the bottom of this. So now on the, I'll just show you the Note 8. So again with a Note 8 on the bottom there, it will making contact with the front of the case. So like with the S8, I could have cut the bottom of this case off, but I preferred to keep it like that and do this modification. So I'll quickly show you a close-up of the plastic I've chipped away there. It's a bit rough at the minute, but if you warm something up like a piece of metal, a knife or something like that, and just rub it over once you've finished chiseling it, it'll turn back to a nice smooth black plastic. But I should point out that if you're going to do this, only take off as much as you need, because you will start to weaken this if you take too much off. As it is now, that's strong enough, so it ain't going to be a problem. I'm going to be putting it back together now. I've already taken it apart before I decided to do the video, so I'll show you as I'm putting it back together how you would take it apart. So this is in reverse now. So the little USB part here will be the last bit that you need to do, which when you first open it, it's just clipped in on the two edges there. So I'm clipping it back in. Obviously you would have to unclip that to start off with. And then this, the top part of the DEX has a wire here that you need to be very careful with. It clips into place on the sides here and it's held in with this tape. So I'm going to re-clip this wire on and I'm going to put this tape back on. I'm just going to pause the video while I do that because I'm holding the phone while I'm doing this. So just 1 minute. Okay, so I reattached the wire on the inside. I lined up the USB-C port there with the hole that's in the bottom of the DEX, and then basically this top half of the DEX just clicks into place with the base bottom bit. Now when you're actually doing it the other way around, when you're first taking it off, I'll show you some screws you need to undo on the bottom, but then once you've done the screws you need to get, if you've got a little plastic tool, put it in the edge here and just slowly prise it apart, working your way around, and it just clips out. Just do it gently and don't put too much force, otherwise you might crack the plastic on it. So on the bottom, what you're going to need to do, there's only 4 screws you need to remove, which is these 4 screws here. So them 4 screws, the bottom here originally has this little rubber part here, so you need to peel that off, and then you've got the 4 screw holes there. So so now this one's back together minus the screws. I'm just going to put the Note 8 back in the DEX, along with the Spigen case. And as you can see, that's now charging, so that works perfect. And I can't show you with the S8 because I'm currently filming on it, but the case for the S8 also fits perfectly, so that'll work with it fine as well. And obviously it'll still work with the official Samsung cases, because that's totally cut out on the bottom. But after doing this little mod, hopefully it should work 100% with all the cases out there. The only thing that you might possibly need to do is there's two little plastic peg things sticking up on either side of the USB port. If for any reason they're making contact with your case, on the bottom of your case, then you may need to just break them off, which I've half done here with a pair of pliers. Although I didn't actually need to do that for this case, I did need to remove them for a thicker case, which I had on the phone earlier on. So the recommendation would be to take it apart, chisel off what you need on here. When it's still apart, double check with your phone to make sure it's making the click, the final click as it goes down onto the connection, and then put it back together. Double check to see if it's making contact okay and charging and connecting up. And then if it's still not connecting, then go ahead and either cut off them or snap them off with a pair of pliers. So hopefully that's going to help some of you guys out there. Please do give a thumbs up if it's been helpful for you. And if you have any questions, comments, just drop them in the box below.